Hi friends, I'm K B Gupta on KB Gupta Live. Welcome to this edition of Intense Talks. Chitra has been denied bail again. While rejecting her bail, the judge has quoted singer and Nobel laureate Bob Dylan. Money doesn't talk, it swears. Chitra was arrested on 6 March 2022 and is presently lying in Tihar jail. There are mainly three allegations against Chitra. Number one, irregularities in appointment of Anand Subramaniam. Anand Subramaniam was arrested on 24 February 2022 and he is also denied the bail. Number two, sharing of confidential and sensitive information related to NSE with an outsider known as Himalayan Yogi. Number three, her involvement in co-location case in which a few brokers were given preferential treatment to their unfair advantage. I shall discuss each allegation one by one and their implications in this video. In addition to that, I shall also reveal certain facts which are either not highlighted or not known so far. If you want to know all these facts, please watch the video till end. In addition to CBI, Income Tax Department and Enforcement Directorate are also investigating the case. SEBI, via its order dated 11 February 2022, has already penalized Chitra. Actually, Pandora's box was opened after the SEBI order became public. First allegation against Chitra is that she misused her power while making appointment of Mr. Anand Subramaniam in violation of NSE policies related to appointment of consultants as professionals with relevant experience. It is alleged that Anand Subramaniam was the only person who was interviewed for this position. And the interview was taken by Chitra herself and HR department was not involved in this process. It is also alleged that this position was not there earlier and it was created at the time of appointment of Anand Subramaniam only. No other person was interviewed for the position and this position was not advertised also. As per the terms of appointment, he was appointed for 5 years with a notice period of 6 months. This was highest among all the consultants appointed by NSE at that time. If we look at his experience prior to joining NSE, he was working as VP leasing and repair services in Transair Services Limited, which is a subsidiary of Bomber Lariye, which is a public sector undertaking. He was drawing a compensation of less than rupees 15 lakh per annum at that time. As against this, NSE offered him a compensation of rupees 1.6 crore with working 4 days a week, which was disproportionately higher than offered to any employees or consultants of NSE in this period. His compensation was raised to rupees 4.21 crore rupees on 1st April 2016 after so many intermittent raises in between. This was apparently done by instructions to Chitra from an outsider called Himalayan Yogi. In his mail, as reproduced in SEBI order, he has instructed Chitra to raise the emoluments of Anand Subramaniam to rupees 4.21 crore for 5-day working. He has further said, increase in working day will be 5 days on paper as per contract, but he will be working in HO for 3 days per week and rest at his will. He will give additional 1 day emoluments of 1 week gratitude to him on monthly basis. He will travel first class, international, for journeys 5 hours and more point to point and business class, domestic. Anand Subramaniam was de-designated as Group Operating Officer and Advisor to MD on 1st April 2015. In this capacity, he was reporting to MD and CEO directly. He was also attending board meetings as CEO and advisor to MD and CEO. Many departmental heads were also reporting to him in this capacity. His name was also published as part of management team as Group Operating Officer, published in Annual Report of NSE in 2014-15 and 2015-16. In spite of all this, he was not designated as Key Managerial Person, KMP. On Peninsula mails between Chitra and Yogi, that Chitra de-designated Anand as Group Operating Officer and Advisor to MD and CEO without designating him KMP on the instructions of Yogi only. As a matter of fact, 10 emails were exchanged between Chitra and Yogi, which, among other things, discussed designation of Anand as Group Operating Officer and Advisor to MD and CEO without designating him as KMP. While defending appointment of Anand Subramaniam, Chitra said that he was having experience of 23 years in the industry. with a well-rounded exposure in the field of strategy, business development, product development, BE, legal, general administration, etc. On being asked whether she was knowing Anand earlier, she said she knew him through his wife Sunita Anand, who was working with NSE and her good colleague. Whereas Anand Subramaniam has told that he didn't know her before joining NSE. She also said that in respect of Anand, an HR person, Rajappa, suggested his name to her as a good resource. As a matter of fact, Rajappa was referring many good resources to her in respect of appointments. There is another interesting aspect related to this story which has gone unnoticed. As per SEBI order, Sunita Anand, wife of Anand Subramaniam, was appointed as consultant on 1st April 2013 at an annual emoluments of rupees 60 lakh. Her emoluments were raised to rupees 1.33 crore on 1st April 2016. A raise of more than double in just 3 years. Second allegation against Chitra is that she continuously shared confidential and sensitive information related to stock exchange with an unknown person and allowed her decisions to be influenced by him related to functioning of stock exchange. She shared information related to organizational structure, financial results, dividend scenario, human resource policies and related aspects and response to regulator etc. with that unknown person. Chitra has stated that the holder of email ID Rig Sama at outlook.com is a Siddh Purush yogi, that is a Paramhansa who is largely dwelling in Himalayan ranges. He has been a spiritual force behind her and she has been guided by him since last 20 years. On being asked that a person who is largely dwelling in Himalayas, how could have access to email and corresponded with her regularly, she stated that to the best of her knowledge, their spiritual powers do not require them to have such physical coordinates. She also said that she met him first on the banks of Ganges about 20 years ago. At certain places, it is also said she met him first time in Swami Malai Mandir in Delhi. She has been guiding, she said, since he will manifest at will and was not having a locational coordinates, she requested him for the way to contact him for seeking his guidance. In response to her request, he has given her email ID through which she can contact him. As said earlier, there was exchange of 10 emails between both of them from 17 February 2015 to 19 February 2015 on the topic Proposed Organizational Structure with Notes. In his email dated 17 February 2015, the unknown yogi has instructed Chitra to change the designations and postings of so many senior people in NSE. Chitra in her email dated 24 February 2015 has confirmed compliance to the instructions of Yogi in this matter. In email dated 5th February 2016, Chitra sought the guidance of Yogi for constitution of committee, to which he has given her guidance with the names of the people to be kept in the committee. On SEBI norms on listing of stock exchanges, the unknown Yogi in his email dated 4 December 2015 had suggested Chitra to approach ministry, PMO, SEBI, etc. for self-listing of the stock exchange. When asked that she was having board and many experts in NSE to guide her in different matters, whether consultation with an outsider was not against the governance, to this question that the opinion of board and inside experts were sought whenever required. But before that, as MD and CEO, she had to make her primary view. The consultation with unknown person helped her to make her view before discussions with other people. She said that all senior people in the industry consult their coaches, mentors, and senior people in the industry informally to make their views in the matter. In the similar strain, her guidance from the yogi will help her to make her views in a better way. Being spiritual in nature, there was no question of confidentiality, integrity issues being compromised. There would be no question of personal gain on the information being shared, and she felt that this helped her to perform in the interest of the organization in a better way. The unknown person was talking informal things also with her. In one of his emails, He has asked her to pack her bags as he was visiting Seychelles next month. He asked her if she knew swimming. Both of them can have sea bath and can rest on the beaches. In another mail, he was describing his beauty, saying that today you are looking awesome. You should know new ways to plait your hair, which will make you both interesting and appealing. In another mail, he says, "Did you hear Makar Kundla song I sent? You must hear the resonance of that iteration. I am happy to see cheer on your face and absolutely from your heart. I did rejoice the time with you yesterday. These small things you did for yourself make you feel real and energetic." All this shows yogis also have the heart, whether they are having physical coordinates or not. Number 3, co-location matter. After permission from SEBI in the year 2009, co-location facilities were conceptualized and implemented in the year 2009 when Chitra was joint MD of NSE. During the year 2009 to 14, these facilities were made available to brokers for a fee. In the co-location facility, brokers could place their servers next to the exchange server rack within the stock exchange premises. This gave them the faster access to the markets. This also enabled them to log into the NSE system with better hardware specifications while engaging in algorithmic trading to their unfair advantage. Algorithmic trading or algo refers to orders generated at super fast speed by the use of advanced mathematical models that involve automatic execution of the trade. Even a split second faster access is believed to result into huge gains for the traders. SEBI received a whistleblower complaint alleging that NSE was allowing certain brokers unfair access to its location facilities, enabling them to gain at the expense of other brokers. The regulators stepped into investigation of the complaint in the year 2015. SEBI directed NSE to run a forensic audit of its architecture. In response, Exchange appointed Deloitte Touche Tomestu for the same. The auditor found that architecture was prone to manipulation. A SEBI Technical Advisory Committee report found that Sanjay Gupta promoted OPG securities had consistently logged first on selected servers on most trading days in 2010-2014 and had access to the servers with better hardware. It found that a single stockbroker could log to the multiple disseminations servers through the multiple IPs assigned to him. This gave at least 15 brokers preferential access to them. Following the investigation in the issue, SEBI in 2019 directed NSE to disgorge Rs 624.89 crores and barred the exchange from accessing the market for funds for 6 months. SEBI also directed their ex-CEO Chitra and Narayan to disgorge 25% of their salary for a particular period. They were also barred from accessing any listed companies, exchange or intermediaries for 5 years. CBI also stepped into investigation of co-location facilities upon receipt of second whistleblower complaint by then SEBI chairman in the year 2017, alleging irregularities in NSE co-location and bribe being paid to SEBI officials for favorable decision. CBI said that this case smacked of misuse of office and corruption. In its FIR in 2018, CBI said that certain brokers, including OPG Securities, through their promoter Sanjay Gupta, gamed the data center architecture in collusion with unnamed NSE officials. Between 2010 and 13, OPG Securities was allegedly given switch-on time of servers so that they could log in first and place their orders first to their unfair advantage. During the years 2010 and 16, when Chitra was MD and CEO, OPG was given unfair access to the secondary servers. It was against the rules of NSE because secondary servers was created to take load from the primary servers. Relating to Ajay Shah, NSE gave its data to him when Chitra was at the helm of affairs in the guise of research, and he gave this data to Infotech Financials, which in turn developed algo-based software called Chanakya being used by other brokers, including OPG. ED has also started investigation to know whether there is any money laundering aspect to this matter. SEBI in its order dated 11 February 2022 has implemented 2 penalties against Chitra. She is refrained from associating with any market infrastructure institution or any intermediary registered with SEBI for a period of 3 years from the date of the order. Number 2. She has been asked to pay a penalty of rupees 3 crores. She has not paid this penalty so far. Therefore, SEBI, in its notice dated 25th May 2022, has asked her to pay an amount of 3.15 crores, failing within 15 days, failing which her movable and immovable properties will be attached and sold to get the penalty. In the whole saga, the identity of the Himalayan yogi remains a big suspense. In its forensic audit investigation report, E&Y has stated that unknown yogi is Anand Subramaniam. In one of their petitions in court, CBI has also said that Anand is unknown yogi. Whereas in one of his petitions, while seeking bail, Anand has said he is not that yogi. On perusal of contents of the mails quoted in SEBI order dated 11 February 2022, it becomes difficult to say who actual yogi is. Let us hope with the completion of investigations, the identity of the actual yogi will come out. I came to know many personal aspects of Chitra's life. She is a very brilliant person who won gold medal in CA exam. People who know her say that she is flamboyant and very much career-oriented person. She joined IDBI in the beginning of her career and then switched to NSE through inception. She met her husband Ramakrishna in IDBI only. Ramakrishna is blind but said to be very sharp and intelligent person. She was impressed by him and fell in love. She married Ramakrishna in spite of the fact that he was already married. Their marriage had a tragic ending with their divorce. This trait of her shows that when she is impressed by a person, she surrenders to them fully. This appears in the case of Yogi also. NSE, in one of its replies to SEBI, has submitted that its legal advisors had consulted practitioners dealing with human psychology. As per the opinion of human psychology experts, Chitra has been exploited by Anand by creating another identity in the name of Mr. Rig Yajur Sama to guide her to perform her duties according to his wish. Chitra was manipulated by the same man in the form of different identities. One as Anand Subramaniam, who enjoyed her trust, and another as Rig Yajur Sama, who had her devotion and dependence. This reinforces my views mentioned earlier. While rejecting her bail plea, the judge has said she was running NSE as a private club. If we see the sequence of events as mentioned in NSE order, the governance was thrown to the winds. Some say that she cannot do all this on her own and she must have been directed by some very influential person. Let us hope all things will come out after the investigations are over. In the meantime, she will always remain in news till this matter is going on. I request you to give your comments in comment box in this matter. I hope you like this video. If yes, please press share and like button and subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to press bell icon to know about my upcoming videos. Thank you.